modern version of this deck, which is base blue black UrzaThopterSword. Uh, Assign your Tabernacle in Syracuse. If you really want me to, I guess I will. Uh, but anyways, to go on with the explanation, we got some mana sources, 24 of them. The major difference between this one and the modern version is Chalice of the Void. So what that sort of means is that you cannot play cards like Arkham's Astrolabe, Fatal Push, Galvanic Blast, Nihil Spellbomb, Pithing Needle. You can't play those cards in the main deck, and you really would not want to play those cards in the sideboard if at possible. And as you can see, those don't really show up anywhere here. Transmute Artifact is a pretty powerful card if you're trying to assemble, 2-card artifact combos, ThopterSword being one of them. But it also can go find Ensnaring Bridge, and I suppose in a pinch, if you need black mana, you can get Dimir Signet or Talisman of Dominance, depending on the situation. This card is not often seen, but it works well with Soul Lands. Like, you play it off of Soul Land on turn 1, and then you have the mana you need on turn 2, essentially. So that's that. And Baleful Strix, it's not the easiest to cast without Underground Sea or a Dimir Signet or a Talisman, but there's quite a few of those types of effects. Besides that, the obvious combo that exists in Modern as well is Urza plus Thopter plus Sword is essentially infinite life, infinite Thopters, and you can basically play as many cards from your deck as you want, probabilistically speaking, because it's not guaranteed that you'll hit the card you want before you mill out. But since most of the cards are multiples, you are likely to, is how I should put it. The major difference between the modern and the legacy version here, I guess, is the Chalice thing, and more Planeswalkers just in the main deck. Just 2 Jaces, 2 Tezzerets, because they're pretty good with Soul Lands and Ensnaring Bridge, and these. And you have some Force Walls, because, you have a bunch of blue cards, and you need to defend yourself. As for the sideboard, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on as I play the deck. I don't want to assume too much, but this is just like a generically good win condition, I think. You got some sweepers, got a removal spell, got some Flusterstorms. So note, even if you have Chalice on 1, Flusterstorm is still good versus Storm, because only the original copy of Fluster gets countered. You can still Flusterstorm their card through a Chalice, essentially. Spyglass is, sort of a catch-all. Damping Sphere, good versus Storm, and Cloudpost, actually. Sort of a non-bow with your own Soul Lands, but that's probably okay. And, this is just another catch-all, I guess. So I'm going to try to figure it out. I may or may not be successful, but, that's what trying is for, Alright. Let us get to the first match. Legacy PT Finals. No. I'm going to be busy that day. Legacy League. Yes. Alright, here we go for match 1 with blue-black UrzaThopterSword, and we got a match. Ape of Justice. Do we think they're playing a monkey-themed deck? Alright, this does not seem very good. I can play a Seat and a Mox Opal and then do nothing. This also does not seem good. I guess I will mulligan again. Alright, I'm going to put Well, I want to keep this soul land, I think. So I think I'm going to put the fetch and the Sea of the Synod on the bottom and hope to sack out. So I'm keeping the island in case if I get wastelanded a bunch of times. Like, once, I guess. The Dimir Signet's valuable because it gives me all my colors, essentially. So note, next turn I'm going to play Sword of the Meek first. See if it gets countered, then play Baleful Strix. Alright, interesting. So, there are shenanigans afoot on both sides. Maybe I just force them to crack their own land tax. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna let them get value off their land tax. I'm already, like, behind, and I have 3 mana in play. If they wasteland me, sure. Then I'll play another land, but that's, like, fine. If we can blank their land tax by playing like this, I think it's worth it. Alright. So, they're probably playing Parfait, which is an ancient deck. Yeah, the combo's online, but if I don't let them trigger land tax, then it's fine. So I think I'm just going to play a Chalice on 1 and a Sword of the Meek. I don't know the exact details of their deck. It could be built in many different ways, like, frankly. They could have, like, Painter Grindstone. They could have Sacred Mesa. They could have Entreat the Angels. It really depends on a lot of things. Alright, I guess we'll see if they're white-blue, or if they're just mono-white. Alright, I guess they're white-blue. Okay, that's not a big deal, really. I guess I should play my land and say go. I don't have much going on here. It's because I mulliganed a bunch. Alright, so they have a Terminus. That's not really a good card versus me, but it's, like, okay here because I don't really have anything going on. Alright. Unfortunately, I'm, like, a little bit bottlenecked. Yeah, we're in there. I mulled a 5 this game. And they're playing a weird Parfait deck. Yeah, I remember from some Moto screenshots that that's you. I'm gonna give you a sword for now. Shout out to Cap'n Ahab. But yeah, I expect an Enlightened Tutor here into my Chalice of the Void. Thinking emoji. Yeah, we don't have a lot of cards because I started with 5 cards. Alright, so I don't really know why Parfait is called Parfait either. But, yeah, it's back in reference to the days where deck lists not making sense. Alright. So, the question is, do I want to sacrifice my Sword of the Meek, leave it in the graveyard to make a Thopter, and just hope to draw another Thopter Foundry? Is that even likely to be good enough is the other question. Or should I just let this go? Alright, Jerasam15, thank you for the follow. And Ace M5KM, thanks for the sub. I think I'm going to just let this go. Because I don't know what they actually are most scared of. And they might kill the Chalice. Like, if they kill the Chalice, then I'll just play another Chalice out, which is kind of nice. Thopter Foundry. Okay. Whatevs. Alright. So now if I draw a land, I can play it because they have 4 lands in play. Ooh, that's actually not bad. I mean, it's not great either, but now it means I have more live draws, I think. Are they finally going to activate Skorak? Yeah. Yeah, I realized a bunch of people might have free time during the workday and can watch things on YouTube. ASM. Ah, I called to entreat the angels. Now I hope I draw Ensnaring Bridge or Transmute Artifact so I don't immediately die. I don't know. I actually feel like this is probably a good matchup for me, but I did not draw a lot of things that did things. Alright, so we have 1 turn to draw out of this, I think. Fair enough, DT Lurch. I don't know what time zone you're in, I guess. Alright, so if I draw Transmute Artifact, Thopter Foundry, or Ensnaring Bridge, I'm okay. Scroll rack at my end step. Or at their end step? At their end step, yeah. Alright. One, two, three, 4. I'll have 4 left over, then I can play the Chalice out on 0 to have 5 total. So I can play the Urza out, play Chalice on 0, flip, try to hit Transmute Artifact, or... Oh no, if I Chalice on 2, then I can't draw Thopter Foundry or Transmute as an out. Why would I Chalice on 0 first? Oh, wait, no, but Plow is not an out, right? So it'd be like Dismember or something, I guess. Right. I don't think it really matters what I do here because it's a long shot. Oh, Unexpectedly Absent. Alright, I'll play around Unexpectedly Absent. Nah, if it doesn't cost me anything to do it, I should. And here it does not cost me anything to do it, so... actually... Funnily enough, I do not believe Transmute Artifact is not going to be an out because I'll have no 1 mana untapped to transmute my sword into an Ensnaring Bridge. Unfortunately. Alright, we died, right? I can play that. It gets countered by Chalice and nothing happens. Alright. Transmute Artifact is like a weird tinker, but this game kind of sucked. But I feel hopeful about the next 2 games. We are going to bring in Psy. It seems quite good. Engineered Explosive seems okay. Alright, so I think their deck, their primary win conditions, yeah, I think Spyglass is good here for... Are we sure they have Jace? Because the way it looked like they were built, it looked like they were heavy on white, splashing blue. But I could still Spyglass like a Scroll Rack, you know, that's fine. I'm questioning if I want Flusterstorm for Entreat the Angels or not. Also, I would like to point out if I Spyglass their Jace and then I draw a Jace, it's like... I guess it's only minorly awkward. I don't know. Thinking about what I can take out. Oh, DT Lurch, you're right. You're right. Yeah, bridging their angels is probably better. I'm gonna leave in the forces. The question is, what can I take out? Yeah, DT Lurch. I could have transmuted my sword to get Foundry, and that would have been infinite if I hit that. So that would have been fine. I hope I would have realized that, but who knows? Maybe I don't want explosives. Maybe I want... Not sure. Oh, maybe Baleful Strix sucks. Alright, I'll take out this Strixen. I actually think this does not do enough. Right. Am I allowed to take out Strix? Seems like I am. I mean, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't think they're that weak. I mean, it's just like an emergency card. I just want time to set up an engine, Lawrence. So I'm going to try this. Alright. Hope I don't mulligan to Oblivion. Well, this hand's reasonable. Oh, did I miscount? Was it 17? Okay, sure. I'm going to go Tomb, Talisman. Oh, Tezzeret. Okay, fair enough. No reason to play the Mox out yet. Actually, I guess there's a technically small reason. They could have, like, Chalice in their deck and Chalice on 0. Or something weird. Okay, well, it seems less likely they have Chalice in their deck now. Alright, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna just play the standstill game again. Where I just play Sword, then I play Mox, then I play Thopter Foundry, and then I say go. Denies them any advantage. This card is a lot worse in the artifact mana mirrors. Alright, and now this one I can play Ancient Tomb and just make a bunch of Thopters. The damage doesn't matter, I get all of the life back, so I'm just going to say go. I can also hardcast Force if necessary. Hopefully that won't have to happen, but, you know, it is nice to have that option, right? Alright, I guess I force it. That's kind of annoying, actually. Yeah, I have to, because I don't really have... I need this combo to be good enough for a few turns in order to win, I think. If they have a second rip, it's going to be kind of debilitating, but whatevs. Always yield. It's weird that I can't also always yes to that as well, but whatevs. Alright, so they have 3 lands, I have 2. If I play this, it's a redundant copy versus Council's Judgment, and I could just leave the sword in the graveyard with the Council Judgment on the stack, so I'm supposed to play it. Then I'll attack for 2, because you can't really miss your attacks. Alright, so I can make... I can make 5 Thopters. Alright, sure, that's fine. That's kind of annoying, ASM. But that makes sense from a programming standpoint, I guess. Right. I should really look up what key shortcuts to yes. I was scared for a sec. I thought I messed up somehow. I guess it paused because I had mana floating. Yes is 3. Alright. Yeah, it's 3. Alright. 2, 3. They have 3. Ooh, that is a nice card. I love Tezzeret. It's such a sweet card. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. If I animate that, it's 12. I guess it plus. I was just checking, Lawrence. You should always check first. Right, no need to play in the Terminus. Exactly. Hold on. Two, three. Soltari Priest is a really good card, actually. I won't have you talking negatively about that card in this chat, Dukamoy. 7 puts them to 11. If they Terminus, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually just not going to play anything, period. I was just doing a quick check. Yeah, back then deck names just had, like... They were named after foods and... I don't know, movies and nonsense, essentially. Alright, we're going to game 3 versus Mono White / Blue. I really think it's unlikely they have Jace in their deck, but... Do I want the explosives? So explosives is nice because it's an out versus rest in peace. So maybe I want a second and cutting 1 bridge. I think the first bridge is good, but the second explosives is better than the second bridge, probably. I don't know. Sai is nice because it gets around Rip. Oh, I remember that as well. There's a guy in our area named Matt Lindy, who also did well with Mono White at some big tournaments. He's like an ancient, essentially. Anyways, I'm going to submit this. Alright, game 3 versus scroll rack nonsense, I guess is the best way of putting it. Well, I don't think I'm allowed to mulligan, but I'm missing a black source. But I can pitch Tezzeret to defend myself if I need to. Alright, Jorn NP, thank you for the follow. And Clarion T, thank you for the follow. Hope I draw Signet, Talisman, Mox Opal, or even a black source, I guess. Black source would be good. I guess I force pitch Tez. Well, the thing is... I should definitely force this. The question is, what should I pitch? Alright, I've thought about it. I'm actually going to pitch Thopter Foundry, I think, because I think Tez can find us the missing part. And if I get ripped anyways, I don't want to have the Thopter Foundry in my hand. I think this is just a more powerful card, and it's the one that's more likely to win by itself in case of something weird happens. So that's my reasoning for doing this. Plus, I have more Thopter Foundries than Tezzerets in my deck as well. Alright, well, that makes my decision look really good, I guess. Should I play this Ensnaring Bridge out yet? Probably not. Right. I'm just going to hope to draw a blue-black source that comes into play untapped. Greetings, Teddy FBB Bolt. Right. Just hoping to... Kind of sucks. I'm not forcing it or anything. Mox Opal? Alright. Well, no reason to play that and let them have that really. I think I'm just gonna say go. Mox Opal, Talisman, or Dimir Signet would be the best draws in the deck, I think, right now. Alright, fine. I'll just give them cards now because I think my Tezzeret is better than what they can assemble most of the time. Could get the explosives, could get Spyglass. Wish I could get Urza, obviously can't. So there are only effectively 3 Urzas left in our deck, so guess I will get... If I get the Mox, what happens? Getting Mox plays around a second back to basics better. This is kind of interesting. Maybe Spyglass is just too awful to get here. Oh no, come on, what do I do? Well, the thing is, they're gonna get 3 planes this turn anyways, Aaron. So I think the land tax will not be relevant after this, most likely. I think it's Mox for explosives. Spyglass. Alright, I'll get Spyglass, but I really don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think it was close. How many disenchants do you think they have? All right, 3 Snowcover Plains. All right, that I literally do not care about. Okay, perfect. I don't want those other cards really. So let's plan it out. I can play this. And I can play Thopter Foundry, leaving a land up, so it's pretty good. I could also play the Spyglass if I was cowardly. Maybe I should just play Spyglass, actually, and keep up force. Yeah, actually, that's probably better. I've talked myself into it. And also, I guess Lauren said it. Hurkyl's Recall. Wait, they didn't search for a basic island. What the heck? Maybe they don't have basic island in their deck. Oh, they have Mox. Right, never mind. Not really scared of that. That doesn't really accomplish that much. Alright, I'm gonna name Scroll Rack in the dark, but also this card is not very good versus me, I think. Either. It is an Ancient Den. I think I'm going to kill them with this Tezzeret. Also, Path plus land tax is like the most adorable interaction. Yeah, E-Tutor for land is the reason to put Ancient Den into your deck, I think. Do I have it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Could play. Yeah, I have it. All right. They can path Urza, so what? I can respond by making a bunch of Thopters. Lawrence. Right? Let's do this correctly. They have Daze in their deck. Alright, I guess I got dazed. That's fine. I was not expecting Daze from the Mostly Plains deck, but that shows what I know, I suppose. I guess it makes sense because it enables your land tax, but I would still like to note they cannot land tax still, despite playing all that stuff. Alright, this is fine. It doesn't really... I mean, I guess Swerve does something, but I can just kill them with Tezzeret, I think. Alright, so their hand is Ancient Den, Plains, Path to Exile, Hurkyl's Recall. So the problem with minusing is they can just path it, and I know their hand's this, so I'm just going to keep plussing until I have enough artifacts that they get a Duke in one shot, in my opinion. Right. 1, 2. Yep, I still have. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4 up. Right. And how many artifacts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have Hurkyl's Recall. No, I only have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Oh, I guess this one. I know they have Hurkyl's Recall, Path, Plains, Ancient Den. There's really no reason to rush. Because rushing, like, doesn't really accomplish anything, I think. Did I side in both the explosives? Oh, but if I explode, rip, my Thopter Foundry combo dies, so I guess that's not great either. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Trying to figure that out, Elf Kid. Good night. Ancient Den disappeared. Snow-covered plains. So they still have the Ancient Den. Alright. Oh, I can just start attacking them now. Their path is shut off. Alright. I guess maybe I should have attacked them last turn, actually. They can Hurkyl's. I could have also equipped Sword to Sword. Oh, wait. Did I miscount? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no. Lawrence, I wouldn't have had enough... Or, sorry, not Lawrence. Ferrando, I wouldn't have had enough mana to cast all of these and leave up Force. I did, but I drew another Signet. Do I play around Helm of Obedience off the top? I think the only way they win is by drawing Helm. No, so I'm debating if I should give them an out to just drawing Helm to kill me. Yeah, so I should not counter it, I think, is the actual answer. I'm just going to discard, you know, some lands. That's fine to do. Don't really need this Ensnaring Bridge. This can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think just being cautious is better because I don't really see how I can lose if I just... Yeah. I mean, they did draw a brick, but, I mean, it's fine. The reason I fetched was there were like 5 or 6 good hits on the bottom of my deck, so I want to essentially shuffle them back in. I don't think it really matters how I do things. Peak Legacy. Yeah, we got Hercules recalled earlier, John, but it didn't really matter. They also dazed my Urza in a spot where I didn't expect them. Alright, so they just drew Spyglass, so if I force it, it's lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I attack for 5 and then nug them for 10. A Dukin plus attack for 5. Chalice check. Well, fortunately, you cannot really miss your Chalice's National Line. Are you happy I won? I would think this is a really good matchup for us, though. Like, what they do doesn't really matter, if I had to guess. Like, losing game 1 is unlucky, but I'm just like, alright, I'm probably going to win the next 2, and that happened. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, Lawrence. I don't have experience with Parfait. It probably does beat Dredge. Yeah. Like... But Urza! And Chalice! Playing against Cherry X-Man. That name sounds familiar. I don't remember what they play, though. I guess I could go check. I feel like they played the Legacy events last weekend, too. I can't remember. Alright. Let's see. Well, I guess the question is turn 2 Thopter Foundry, turn 3 Jace good enough? I'm going to think about that for a second before I do anything. Yeah, I'm leaning towards no either. Alright. I'm going to ship, but I think it's sort of close. London Mulligan just means, I think, the first Mulligan... I mean, how does it make me cowardly to Mulligan? I think this hand's just not great. I guess this is fine. I'm going to bottom one of the Planeswalkers, I think. Well, GFabs would keep every hand. I think this is probably good enough, but it's close. I'm going to keep and actually bottom the Jace, I think. Oh, it's Supply Surg. Huh. Alright. Could be Mystic Forge. Alright, it's the Mystic Forge deck. Which means... if I chalice someone, it shuts off all of their keys? I guess I'm supposed to chalice one. Yeah. They can beat 0. Like, they literally can beat 0. Oh, gosh. We're kind of dead already. I mean, like, realistically, if they had Karn next turn, it didn't actually matter what I did. I think 1 is actually slightly better versus them. Their deck is mostly mana. Yo Arcane, thank you for the host. We're playing some blue-black UrzaThopterSword. A Stompy Shell. What is this art from? I can't remember. But there's definitely a skull next to that cup. Seb. Yeah, it is Seb McConan. It's pretty sweet art. Alright. They might just get Lattice and end me. Liquid metal coating. Oh gosh. Alright. I guess I'll see if they have a land. The problem is my play here is nothing good. Alright, I guess I just play Delta Go. Yo, what's up? I am super dead. No, they just go get Lattice. They know I didn't force the Karn last turn, so it's unlikely I have forced this turn. Alright. Well, that was not great. Alright, these bridges can go. That's all I'm gonna say. Spyglass shuts off Mystic Forge, sort of. I mean, it's not really ideal because that's the wrong axis. Damping Sphere shuts down their Mystic Forges, sort of. Oh, also named Karn, yeah. Yeah, never mind. I think the Baleful Strixes are not great. I'm going to leave in Chalice with the intention of chalicing on 0 or 1. But yeah, generally, if you shut off their Karn, it doesn't. Their deck doesn't do much, and they can't remove Karn. Mostly, depends on the exact version, but most of the versions currently cannot remove Karn. They sometimes have 2 Thought Knots here, so I'm not going to worry about that. Like, I think we can beat 2 Thought Knots pretty easily. Yeah, that's fine. Fernando, that's fine. Their deck needs the mana way more than ours does, Fernando. Ape the Ape. Abe the Ape, thank you for the follow. And Hide Ho Comics, thank you for the follow. Alright. Time to go to... this is the best hand yet. Question is, what do I want to do with this hand? I'm only playing this blue-black deck for 2 leagues, Arcane. So I think the Forcible is really good versus them. So I'm gonna... it's close. I'm gonna bottom sort of the Meek and Chalice. Maybe I should... Actually, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I bought Chalice and Thopter Foundry. It's really not great all around because I have so few cards, but yo, Fine Gersh, thank you for the 21 resub. Chalice and Foundry, yeah. I was thinking about that because you have more Foundries than any other card, and the Chalice is really not that great for some to begin with. So I think that's probably correct. Damping Sphere or Spyglass? I guess maybe I just play my colored source first. I'm not going to crack it. It kind of sucks all around. I mostly just want to keep the Transmute to force their first gas card for Endo. Well, Fine Gersh, considering I do not own most of this deck, probably not in Syracuse. I think I own, like... Let me think about it. It's fine. How much do I own? Speaking of Thopter Foundry, I guess now I'll play Sword of the Meek. So this is going to look funny. I'm going to force pitch Foundry because I want to transmute into Spyglass for Karn. Yo, Pedro Sergio 81, thank you for the follow. I am. I mean, I don't think I'm in great shape. That is really bad. Alright. Say go. Probably gonna lose because I have like no cards in my hand. It sucks. Alright. So note, we know they cited at least one. God damn it, Doug. So we know they cited in at least one Thought-Knot Seer. Well, I would have if I had that option, but I don't have that option. I think I'm going to die instead, unfortunately. Because they have the key to untap their forge, and they have the Inventor's Fair. Alright, I'm gonna have 6 now. I mean, I guess I shouldn't, in case if I need to pop my Delta in response to like a Spyglass or something. Alright, I'm dead. I didn't really get to do much that match, but whatever. It happens. I guess I also like mulliganed Oblivion that second game, but I took all of the game actions I could and they weren't good enough. How's everyone doing on this Thursday? Fine Gersh and ASM, should I open chests for you? Let me know in the chat. After this match, I'll either do it or not do it. Z-Man 2340. Is this Zan? I can never remember if this is Zan or not. Alright, I'll open one chest for you. D and T. Well, this hand's pretty good just in general, so I'm not going to mulligan. Zan was playing Dimir Shadow at one point lately, so I don't know. Oh, that appears to be Death and Taxes. Well, that I do not care about, so I'm not going to counter it. It's not a great draw. Alright, hope to draw. See if the Synod would be the best draw on the deck next turn, I think. That's bad for me. Is Xana going to get in for one? Because you should. In this situation, you absolutely should attack. Alright. I guess if they have Wasteland, I'll bite it, but I can't really not play the land there, because if I draw another one, I can play Thopter Foundry or Baleful Strix. I have to force this. Let's see, what do I pitch here? I think I'm going to, well, if I draw land, I would prefer to play Baleful Strix next turn. I think I'm going to pitch the Strix because I have everything else rolled up. Well, no, I think Taxes can't actually beat Thopter Foundry combo in game one generally. So but minus a Revoker, obviously. So I'm gonna pitch the Strix. Because the theory is if I can cast if I can cast the Foundry, I don't even need to cast the Strix. So therefore the Strix is the weaker card. Alright. Might be dying instead, though. Well, that's like not bad if I draw a land or something. I might just bite it to like Wasteland or Rajadenport or something like that. Alright. That's actually really good. Well, the thing is, if I played Thopter Foundry, I would get to 3 XX per Purple Hazen. So I don't think it's unrealistic I get to 4, right? I hope they Flicker Wisp my Chalice, so I don't really care about that. They might, actually. So if I draw a land, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, play Urza, float 2, transmute Chalice into Sword, go off. So I let this go. Because, honestly, if I draw a land, I have the combo lined up. That's not ideal. Why couldn't that be a land? Alright, now I have to make a tough decision. Yeah, the question is, what am I going to pitch to force on my next turn? The answer is probably... well, the problem is I'm going to have to force the Revoker, right? So the question is, would I rather have Thopter Sword or would I rather have Urza in play with the Chalice on one? I think well, the problem with Urza is if they just have a Karakas, it's not even that great, like, because it costs me so much mana to, like, keep it going, right? Alright, maybe Thopter Sword is good enough. In which case, should I just transmute for the Sword of the Meek then? I would have to exile my Chalice, I guess, but I'm not even sure the Chalice is doing that much anymore. Alright. I guess I will play the Signet out and pass with the plan of pitching the Urza. It's close though. I think it's close for Endo. The real issue is if they have another Revoker in their hand, then the keeping the transmute plan is not great. Actually, maybe I do keep the Urza and just, like... Okay, so, hypothetically, if I keep the Urza and I don't have a Karakas, can't the Urza just find the combo pretty quickly? Yep, good game, Ape. I'm thinking about what to do here. Alright, I actually changed my mind. Because I'm not sure they can beat a barrier of... Well, the thing is, if I'm under zero pressure, isn't Urza the better card, F7-11? That's actually the point of debate, right? Yo, Finid, thank you for the follow. I sort of stated the arguments for each line of play, though. The problem with Thopter Army is I think you could actually still lose to Sophie F7-11 going long. I think that's literally the only problem, though. Yeah, this is the foil to Urza. Oh, I punted. I was supposed to actually sack that Chalice immediately to make a Thopter. God damn it. That's so bad, actually. Did you Quantum Activist? Let's see. Alright, well, I punted once just now. That's kind of frustrating, but obviously it's my fault. think I'm just going to attack. Yeah, I'm going to just attack. If they attack me back, I can just sack like 3 things. Well, I guess I can't actually. I don't really have a good block. Maybe this construct will be good enough. I mean, I still actually have a reasonable amount of time here, right? I can hardcast Force on something here if necessary. That's something I need to force a will. I know, I was supposed to do it when they actually flicker list my Chalice. That was actually a slight punt. I don't know if it's going to matter or not, but I will definitely do it at the end step. Their end step. I guess it doesn't really matter when I do it now. Alright, note, every artifact really is just a Thopter in disguise, so that's okay. I mean, I think Urza is like just probably phenomenal in this deck, for what it's worth. That's not great. It's not great. I think I'm going to convert. I'm going to convert one of these at least. The question is, do I just sack the Thopter Foundry and hope to draw Urza? Or hope to draw... Yeah, that is brutal. I'm trying to figure out what I want to force them to revoke her. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to sack the Foundry and see if... Oh, I pitched a Foundry? No, I haven't. Alright. I guess I'll sack the Foundry and see what they revoke her. Because note, I can't actually remove the Revoker in game 1 that easily. But the problem is now I can't really attack them. I don't know. This game is really frustrating now. I think the Thopter Foundry line would not have worked out that great either, frankly, but I'm not sure. Like 100% sure on that, obviously. Alright, good. They still named Thopter Foundry, so... I can draw Urza. I'm gonna do something goofy looking. Equip once, attack for 2, then move it to another creature and leave that on defense. The old Holy Strength on an equipment. Alright. I don't have Karn in my deck. You should check out the deck list via Cardboard Live. I can top deck Transmute Artifact. Also, if I top deck Karn, I wouldn't even be able to get a bridge and play it in the same turn anyways. If you look at how many lands I have. So this is not going to be easy. Blocking doesn't do anything except trade with a Mother of Runes activation. Yes, they can draw Flicker Wisp Ferendo. Alright. No longer interested in attacking. Because they just block in Pro Blue. Yeah, I also don't have a bridge in my sideboard. I do have Toxic Deluge, which is reasonably good in this matchup. Honestly, not sure if Deluge is better than Plague Engineer in this deck, but I don't know. Plague Engineer is just kind of a messed up card all around. Oh, that's a Rashadan port? Alright. I'm not willing to call it yet. I mean, we still have one turn, maybe? So I think one thing Zan should probably realize is these sorts of decks don't have enough room to really play removal. So I think just sneaking in 2 damage by attacking with this lets you sneak in 2 more damage by using your Mother of Runes activation if you want to. Alright, now I'm dead. So I probably just would have attacked with the Revoker if I was Zan, but whatever. I think we were going to die almost no matter what I did there. Alright. Am I allowed to take out Force of Will, given deck construction? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, I'm also kind of thinking these chalices are pretty bad versus taxes. Yeah, I'll cut the chalices. I think they're pretty awful. If you chalice on 1 exactly on turn 1, it can be good. Spyglass is okay, yeah. I think I'll probably have it in. Just like killing all of their vials is probably good. Now the question is, do I want Psy? Probably. I brought that up earlier. I don't know yet. I think Bridge is probably good enough. The problem is, if you don't have Bridge, I think it's hard to play all of these Planeswalkers. Well, Derp Herper 777. There's not that many Caverns and Taxes lists anymore because of Renin 6 plus Wasteland, in my opinion. Koth89, thank you for the follow. Alright, what am I allowed to cut? Someone tell me. Maybe I'll shave like... one Ensnaring Bridge? Is Death and Taxes JW? I don't think I'm allowed to cut a land. Alright. Strix is not that good. Alright, I'll shave a bunch of things because I'm running out of time. Which is kind of maniacal to do, I agree, but... whatevs. I'd rather submit a coherent deck list than timeout. Alright, this is good. Cherry Axeman OP. Did I just play against Cherry Axeman? I guess I did. Interesting username. One thing, Arcane, we shouldn't assume our opponent's genders or like really anything. That's not great. Alright, I need another soul land. Oh, I guess... Hold on. I know it's Zan, though, so... I actually... This is Zan, so we do know it... Zan's a him, so... I guess you're okay here, but in general, let's be careful about that. Second Thopter Foundry is not very good, so it's a pretty easy pitch in my opinion. I don't know, I mean, I get bored, Itai, I guess, is the answer. I just like trying things, Itai. Sometimes they're not great, sometimes they are great, you know. That's science. Boredom leads to the best decisions. Something like that. Interesting. Weatherburns is still inverse me. I would not leave that card in, I think. Crazy idea. Do I just play the Signet and say go? Well, I'm debating if I should play Signet or if I should just make Thopters. Right. I'm actually going to play Signet, I think. Yeah. If I don't draw a land, then I can make 3 Thopters, so it sort of makes up for itself. Alright. Give me a land! Give me a land! Give me a land! Even Mox Opal is okay. Give me a land! Come on, land! Come on! Plus RNG. Alright. Zoop! Alright. Zan did not make me play it out, thankfully. I appreciate it, opponent. This is likely to be better on the draw. Is Sai even that good in the matchup? I guess it is. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I want to bring the forces back in on the draw. Oh, maybe I should side out Transmute this matchup. Size good and want to save the Caracas. That makes sense. Should I just cut the Transmute then? Yep, size are colorless. Thopters are blue. It's just like kind of all over the place. Alright. I'm actually going to side these out because I think they're hard to cast. I'm going to side in the bridge back in. It is Liz's list. I'm just going to cut off the transmutes. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Zan's streaming? I see, that makes sense. Alright, so I have a bunch of mana, but I have no gas. I have one cantrip. I think I do keep, but it looks ugly. I actually think this is a keep. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna play the Mox out because of Thalia. The Mox is a good draw to not take 10 damage from our hand, Itai. Yep. That's why Opal was a good draw. And that's why I played it last turn as well. Relic Order. Alright. Do I care about that Relic Order? Kind of, actually. I actually think I am going to dismember it. No, I'm working on what's going to happen. The problem is if I don't dismember it, I can't cast this Strix ever. Ooh, that's pretty good too. I think I'm going to actually sandbag this for a little bit. Because the problem with playing it now is if they Flicker Wisp to token, it's not even that great for me. So I think I'm just going to play Strix and develop a little bit. I don't know if that logic makes sense. I think it does. I could not play Urza plus... Oh, no, I could play Urza plus Strix. Never mind. How do they 100% have Plow? Like, I'm not actually even sure that they leave it in the matchup, all things considered. It's pretty good. What did they get? Sophie. That for blue, tap that for blue, Deluge for 1, kills my Deluge for 2, kills my Strix, so I should attack for 1. If they plow it now, it's fine. So the problem with not deluging is if they... Oh, I guess... Hold on, they can't even do that. Never mind. Maybe I should just play my Strix, actually. Alright, I'll just play my Strix. Yeah, also if they Sophie, they can't even attack, so this is actually fine. I shouldn't rush it. You're right. I don't think that Construct's ever attacking, though, funnily enough. It's just the biggest wall ever. Toad's Horst, Toad's Short, Toad Shorts. I think the problem with Grixis is that you're not good versus 4-color. Yeah, I think that's the precise problem. Yo, Lucas! Thanks for the sub, friend. I could also open a chest for you, Lucas, but it's your call. How you been? Former Pro Tour champion. Yeah, MPL in the house. Alright. So I am going to attack with both of these. These cannot block a Sword of Fire and Ice creature anyways. 2 damage. And I have a 7/7. So they would have to kill the bridge, kill my construct, and get sword equip into play, and I don't think that will all happen off of 5 mana. Obviously it could, but I don't think it will. Oh, happy September. Fair enough. Are you playing Grand Prix Atlanta, Lucas? That's like semi-bad, actually. Probably. There's probably some obscure out. Good job, Night Shadow J. That's actually not bad. Alright, so I can't really attack. I think I'm gonna let them... Well, they have Sophie. I'll let them commit more to try to get around my stuff, I guess, but this is not great. Lucas, I know you tested Storm before. I believe Storm is kind of reasonable right now, if you're curious. Like, both my round 7 and 8 in the Legacy playoff were both Storm decks that were deep in the tournament, and they were both the Epic Storm. Yo, Simply Cole, thank you for the follow. I will point out I did defeat both of them, but I don't know. It's like... It's always kind of close. Alright, I mean... Doesn't really do anything. No, I mean, a deck can still be good even though if you beat it twice, right? I can sack both of those, gain 2. Deluge for 3, and play Psy. And the reason to do that is if they have removal for my bridge, I don't get punked. Yeah, I know, Night Shadow. There's no way... No. I was working it out, but I think that's the correct play. Jace is pretty good. I mean, it's Jace. Whoops. I don't want to pass my turn. Oh, I did. Whoops, that doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Uh, you're right, that actually makes no sense. Yeah, sorry, I mean, that literally does not make sense, I agree. I apologize, friends. Alright. Hope I don't die to, like, shenanigans, but obviously it could happen. Note, I can cash in my Talisman or Mox for life. Yeah, no, that didn't actually make any sense. I hope this is not Cataclysm. Actually, would that be that bad for me? No, it would be bad. Okay. And I'm going to make a Thopter and attack my opponent. What should I sack? Probably... Probably Seat of the Synod? Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice Seat, I think. Interesting. Does that do anything? I guess they maybe try to want me to make a hand, but I'm getting my Psy back. So, I mean, this seems pretty good for me. Be very careful about how I tap. Extremely careful is how I would put this. Do I just make a 5/5? I should have made a non-blue a 5/5, you're right. I should have left this untapped. I guess I could plus. The problem is if I find a 2-drop... Well, I guess I can't attack because I'll only have... No, I'll have 2 cards in hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I actually think I'm supposed to plus, but... I'm not going to put it on my bridge. That is not good. That's one of the better ones, actually. I'm allowed to take that one because I only have one card in hand. That's literally the best one to hit, I think. No, because I can make Thopters. And also, things that take bridge... oh, yeah, Opal would have been better. Damn. Did I miss... Okay, I punted. No! I punted this one. Yeah, if I left Talisman untapped and made it into a creature, this would have avoided that. The Thopters are blue. The Thopters are blue. Well, this makes colorless artifact, colorless Thopters. This makes blue Thopters. Or, sorry, this makes blue Thopters. So I punted and died. Alright. GG. Supposed to leave that on tap for my Tezzeret. I didn't work it out long enough. No, because I would go to 4. This hits me for 6. If I tap this, I can only go to 4, period. So... Damn. Kind of wonder if that Deluge was an engineer, if I would have been better off or not. I'm not sure. Because I would have been able to kill the Mother of Runes without killing my Strixen earlier. Maybe that would... I'm not sure, though. It's close. Yeah, I'd also have the 2/2 Death Touch in play. Those are all great points. Yeah, I could have -1 Tez to make a Sophia creature, then it can't equip anything. But the thing is, then if they Flicker Wisp... Oh no, then I guess I could just block everything. Yeah, I mean, that's an acceptable line. I don't know. I think I definitely did punt, though. Do I keep? If I draw another colored source or a Signet, this hand's great. So I guess I'm supposed to keep. I also have defense, so... Yeah, but I'm actually going to lead on the Delta. If that makes sense. Astrolabe. That's not a good draw. So it looks like 3 to 4 color control probably. I guess I'll just slam this and see what they do. This is the hardest one for them to kill from this standpoint. Oh, well, that sucks. Well, 2/8. Should I force it? Is it crazy to force this? No, I'm gonna force it. I'm overriding you, Ferrando. Yo, MF Siesha, thank you for the follow. That's a good sign for me. I know. So the reason I want to force this is I think I'm going to have my mana tied up for a little bit. Alright, they pitched Supreme Verdict. What paper card do I own the most copies of? Does it have to be good? Alright, let's think then. Sokovian Angels for Ari. That's probably accurate for Ari. I probably do own a bunch of Wear Terrors, but that's probably not the card I own the most of. Oh, let me think about it, though, while I play some things out. Oh, I do own the most Snoopy Glyphs in the world. That is for sure true, but unfortunately you can't play them in anything, so... It's probably some Ravnica card. I think it's probably like Farseek if I had to guess JW Hala. Original Farseek. I don't know, it's probably like 25 or something. No, I'm just trying it. I mean... I think saying Astrolabe so bad in Legacy is a disservice to the card. 24 copies of Preordain. That's pretty sweet. So the problem is if I sacrifice the Seed of the Synod, I guess the question is, do I want to play around Plow or not to kill the Jace? I think I'm probably supposed to play around Plow to kill the Jace, just because getting plowed is so bad. It does like screw my mana, but I think it's worth the risk. Or sorry, not worth the risk is the correct way of putting it. I've made a lot of mistakes tonight, but I think that's okay. So my primary goal here is to see what's possible in a format. Why did we plow that one? Oh no, actually that does make sense. If you plow with the Strix, I just sacrifice it. Calling it 5 mana draw 3 I think is a disservice because you're splitting up the cost over multiple turns. I'm gonna try to kill Narset, I think. Yeah. They've used one plow. Because they might have another here, and if they do that, I'm fine with it. Instant speed ponder is funny. How many Supreme Verdicts does this deck play in the main deck? Only one, right? No, I've seen this deck for Endo. It doesn't have more than one Supreme Verdict in the main. This is from the Legacy playoff. Teferi, I can't tell if you're joking or not, but that's wild. Force pitch back to basics. I mean, that Jeskai Popper deck looks pretty good to me, actually. Alright, so I can Chalice on one. But I'll attack for 2 first and see what happens. I could also Chalice on 3, actually. That might be better. What's in my deck that costs 3? What's in their deck that costs 3? I think their 3-drop is Monastery Mentor that I sort of care about. Let's figure it out, though. Yep, I'm gonna do it for 3. Yep, I was looking at the list real quick to decide if that was correct or not. And I think it's correct. They also have Force of Negation. Alright, well, I got Force of Will, that's fine. Are we snap Ponder here? Chose not to shuffle. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna leave the Strix back if I'm attacking with the Thopter, because I can just make more Thopters anyways. But I don't feel good about my chances. I think we're gonna get snowballed out pretty quickly. That was punishment for this. I believe I'm 1-2 currently, Kobe. I think I'm making some not good plays. Alright, I'm gonna trade in the seat to block the snap. And then I think I'm just gonna take 3 from that. Give me something good! Alright, that's the best possible, I guess. So I can make 4 Thopters. Alright, and I should just main phase it, I think, to prevent shenanigans. Like, what if they just, like, have a random main deck surgical or something weird like that? So I can block these 4, so that means I can attack with this one. Next turn I'll be able to make 6 Thopters. I might be able to outpace their production. Alright, they drew a brick, which is very good. The question is, do I play into Force of Will? And what I mean by that is, if I cast this, it actually makes more tokens for them. So I don't think I'm actually supposed to cast this. I think I'm supposed to just attack for 6 and make 6 Thopters. Most likely. Yeah. They have so many triggers. I'll just yield to all of them. I also can technically play around Lightning Bolt, and I'm supposed to. The way you play around Lightning Bolt is to tap your colored sources first, use this Thopter Foundry Sacrificing Sword twice, then use one of your tombs to make 2 more Thopters, then use your last tomb to make 2 more Thopters. I don't think they actually have Lightning Bolt in their deck, but you might as well play around it. Yeah, I've seen the modern paradoxical Urza deck. I think it's actually, like, probably okay. Yo, what's up, the dough? Yeah, I'm just trying things. At heart, I'm basically a scientist. I like to explore new things. Alright, well, now I have to make Thopters. There's no the Abyss. Also, technically, that deck had Azorius Charm too, Kobe. I don't know if that happened to you. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 active attackers, so I can block those 4. Probably not. I mean, I guess I'll see how they attack, but I plan on blocking all 4 in case if they have like mutagenic growth or something weird. I mean, it doesn't really cost me anything to block all 4, right? Because I have like a million Thopters. You had to hear about that for years. Well, it'll actually be 6, right? So maybe I was supposed to play around Plow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's actually kind of scary. Now I could actually die. Oh, we have Tez to make a 5/5. Oh, yeah, never mind. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. Yep. Alright. Well, that was exciting. I forgot that the Tez has game text currently there, but fortunately chat did not forget that time. Alright. This is also another matchup where Plague Engineer would be a lot better than Deluge. But, you know, I'll just live my life. Is Bridge even good? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, how is this going to play out? They're going to side in Back to Basics, Wear Tear, Gideon to Fairy, Celestial Purge, 2 Abrades. That's what it looks like to me. Nah, I don't think Bridge is very good in this matchup, like, almost period. Maybe I need it still, though, now I'm thinking about it. I want Spyglass for their Planeswalkers. Maybe I can just side out the Transmutes, right? Is that crazy? Might be crazy. Might not be crazy. I don't know. Yeah, Transmute seems... Maybe I leave in 1? Yeah, the problem with Transmute is I think if I resolve Transmute and they just disenchant what I go get, that's not a very good exchange for me, right? I'll just leave in the Bridges because, like, if I do get Hellbent, then Bridge does answer Mentor. I don't want it to be, like, my primary plan, but... I don't like Dismember, really. I think that's the wrong kind of battle to fight. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. It seems pretty bad. I guess this is fine. Okay. Should I just put the Delta on the bottom? Probably. Yeah. Alright, I'll put Delta on the bottom. This is not the best hand either, but at least I have a Strix to cycle. So. Oh, I don't think you can really hedge for B2B all that much in this matchup. That's pretty good. We don't have Swamp in our deck, though, Fine Gersh. That's the problem. Swamp, I think, is really, really not very good in this deck. Like, Swamp is sort of close to Waste. It's up still. Right, that's actually pretty good. Next time we're going to slam Jace and probably fight over it. I'm not thrilled about that either, really. Alright, I'll just force it. I really just want to play Jace next turn, that's why I'm forcing it. Alright. No, because the way Transmute works, you would actually need like 6 mana up. So I don't really think you're allowed to do that, if that makes sense. Because you basically would need 4 blue and sacrificing a 2-drop. Yeah, I'm not sure what's... I mean, we would, but it's not really that exciting. I'm about to get out-muscled right here, I think. That's a weird play. Alright. I don't think that's a good use of your sinkhole, really, but... Alright. It seems like it would be a much better sinkhole target than my Baleful Strix. That's not great. Yeah, Karn's really good. No one can really deny that. Yeah, our opponent is probably regretting this sinkhole about now. Kobe, let's not assume the gender of our opponent. Well, I can't really beat a plow or another spell anyway, so I'm gonna just save the damage. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Alright. I mean, I guess that's something. I'm sort of in desperation mode, though. Right. That's actually something, too. Yes, I agree that they're ahead, so I'm taking a lot of risks. I think I'm going to die this turn, most likely, but I'm not going to worry about it either. That's really annoying. It's going to take more than... Oh, will it? This is 9. I guess if they have another spell, then it is... No, hold on. I guess I'll vote for that too. Bounce plus spell would kill me, right? But if it's just spell, it doesn't kill me. Alright, so I need to draw Sword of the Meek. I guess. If I draw Sword, I can make a bunch of Thopters, and that might be good enough. Alright, guess I'm dead. What is this, like 1,000 damage for 13? I'm at 11. Alright. So even this second Thopter Foundry puts me to 12, but I would have no board, so it's hard to draw out from there. Alright. I'll just... actually, maybe this card kind of sucks. Well, that's not actually a Miracles deck, and it's not really Oprah Wind Fury, so I'm gonna disagree with both of those statements, I guess. I decided the other cards are not as good as Spyglass, but it is close. I really don't think EE is that great versus them, because one of my plans is also to go wide. Because they only have 4 Force of Wills, really. I guess they might have like 2 blasts, but it's not that easy to Flusterstorm a blast. In general, no, they literally do not have miracles in their deck. I'll link what I believe their deck list to be, but that's kind of not the point, I think. Anyways, I believe this is their deck. Yeah, I also believe this is just a Haymaker matchup as well, so Fluster's not that great. I mean, I guess, do names mean things? Is the question. I guess I'm not going to worry about it. I understand your point, but I do not believe Jeskai-based control decks are the best deck in Legacy, either Oprah, Wind Fury, if that answers your question. So I have a Chalice on 1, but I can't play this on turn 2. I can play it on turn 3 after the Chalice on 1. This is probably a keep. Yeah, I mean, I called it Jeskai control. Yeah, I mean, Goldfish's naming algorithm is notoriously bad, so that's not the point either. That's really not the point either, frankly. CJ? Interesting. Oh, did I miss not playing the Signet? If I did, that was actually an error. It worked out a little bit better for me, but it was an error not to do that first, probably. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack for 4, I guess. What's up, Goblin Wacky? Power Blast on Urza, probably. Whoa, on Psy? So that means Urza's probably going to get plowed next, I guess. But I can't really... I don't want to just, like, sacrifice this too. I thought about it. I decided it wasn't good enough, but I thought about it. I'm going to see if saying Drago, like, 4 turns in a row with 4 power is good enough now. So if I play a land, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means if I force a will, I can't play around Spell Pierce. So I guess I just leave this be, just attack for 4, and say go, and hope this is good enough. The actual fear, I think, now is Supreme Verdict from them. I don't know if they left it in their deck. But I'm not going to force of will any of the cantrips. I think their deck has too many of those to go around forcing them. Oh, shit. I was supposed to do that off the city, I think. So now I have shields down. Right, whatever. That might cost me, I think. Alright, I guess now I play my land. Yo, Tim, welcome back, friend. Hope you're having a good one wherever you live now. We're playing some blue-black UrzaThopterSword. Ah, damn. That sucks. Alright. Didn't get punished, but it could have gotten punished. Not great. Not great. Gonna cast a bunch of traumatic visions now. Alright, that one I think is worth forcing. Oops. Well, that's one issue with playing Chalice decks is that they don't have any cantrips to alleviate Flood. Sucks. Like, look, our opponent has played 2 Ponders and an Astrolabe, so they've sort of seen a few more cards. Impulse I don't think is a good card. Alright. I have a Island and Sea left that are fetchable, I think. Brainstorm plus Chalice. Probably not, but... yeah, I mean, Thirst was canonically played at some point, I believe. That's only one person from Pittsburgh, I think, Lawrence. The Grixis Tez person. Crystal Ball. Wait, did they miss? That's wild if they missed. They chose to shuffle and they actually missed on that Narset activation. Tezzeret is reach, the dough. Sonic Blast. Yeah, Sonic Blast is the original Char. This is not going great, but, you know, things happen. I'm going to turn the Dimir Signet into a Thopter. Alright, I'll turn Thopter Foundry into a Thopter. Nice. I'm gonna kill the Narset in case if I do draw like running Jaces and they like sweep my board. And also because dealing them 1 damage is not as good as dealing them 2 really, so I think killing the Narset is good. And I don't think I actually will be able to aggro them that easily. Yeah, like this already makes it difficult. But they sinkholed a token. Nice. Alright. Wow. What does that mean? It means they value drawing Jace off the top, I guess? But I'm glad they forced that. Like, I kind of think it's sort of a brick, actually. I'm going to sandbag that for a side because I still have one more side left in my deck. Alright, I'm going to Chalice on 3. Are they going to die to this singular Thopter token? LOL. LOL. Thopter, go, Thopter! Oh no, I broke it. I can't even see the next card I was gonna draw. Alright, I'm gonna open a chest for Feingersh? Or... Okay, I'm gonna open a few chests real quick for the people who subbed. First up is Ace M. Ace M. Let's see. A Gilded Lotus. It's like Black Lotus. Ooh, a Dokamai sub. Thank you. I will also open a chest for you in a sec. Alright, this is like Black Lotus in a lot of ways. Alright, that's for Ace M. Feingersh, I'll open a chest. See what happens. What is this card? Oh, I remember. This is from Oath of the Gatewatch. This card was really good if you searched it, but wasn't great otherwise because the format was... Blue-red spells was not that good. That's what I remember. Ryuji Lasan, my angel, thank you for the follow. That card does have the word Valakut in it, though. I don't know. Lucas, I'm opening a chest. Ooh. Maybe this will go up. No, not all. There are no Modern Horizons or War of the Spark cards in chests over Wind Fury, which explains why the cards are so expensive from those sets. Okay, so I think I came out slightly ahead. Alright, a chest for my man Tim Schultz. Whoa, look! Our opponent just cast his cards. What the hell? Gerard Weatherlight. I can't even read the end of the text. Well, they need to put those other sets in, and then it'll be good, right? Yeah, Old Hallowed Fountain is my favorite. That was for Schultz Cubed, and one more for Dokumoy. No, it is a curated list. Oh look, 2 green mythic / rares. If you cast Revenge of the Hunted on Biogenic Ooze, that's a lot of damage. I don't think these cards are worth anything, but... Alright, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, be back to finish it, and maybe start another one. I haven't decided yet. Be right back in a few seconds / minutes. Yeah, I'm 2-2. I punted one match, unfortunately, I think. So, but, you know, willing to try things. Oh yeah, it was game 3 versus Taxes I punted. Versus Zan. Alright. Playing against Doomwake. Is Doomwake in this chat? Oh, thank you. See you in a bit. Am I allowed to keep? Well... I don't even know. I have functional mana. If I draw a soul land, this hand becomes absurd. Alright, chat. What do you think? Should I keep this hand or not? YOLO, easy keep. Unless you are me. You only live twice. Alright, I guess I'll keep. I don't even know. Like, all things considering. It's probably gonna be like Sneak and Show or something. Ooh. Or humans? That's not good. It's like the wrong turn to draw this card. Can't mulligan for if you never mulligan. That's true. It's definitely true. This okay, so it's actual humans, and now this card's an actual brick, which is not great. Wow, I am so dead. I guess I'm not, but all right. Maybe they'll let me block. Before anyone asks, I do think our opponent's deck is actually legitimately good. That's going to be sort of difficult. My hand is pretty awful, though. I think they should probably take... I don't know. I can't remove their freebooter in game 1, so... I mean, I can if I Jace bounce it, I guess, but... So they basically have a free, like, discard spell. If they let me block the Champion of the Parish with my Strix, I will absolutely do so. The problem is, I don't think they'll let me do that. I think they'll just attack with Thalia. Like so. And if I ever get Orjo of Pontiff, I probably just die on the spot. Alright, land's better than nothing. This card sucks. Why is it human? Because all sorts of creatures are just randomly humans. That one's a really good one, though. That one kills True Name as well, so... Fortunately, these are, like, basically walls, so... There was a cavern in play. There was a cavern in play. I don't really think so, but... I mean, I also have Jace in my deck. I guess I didn't consider it, which I should have done, but I do not believe it's going to be correct because it also costs me a life as well, so... What's my play? I can play a Dimir Signet. And then... It's all kind of terrible all around, I think. I think this is my most productive play, though. I think I'm just going to have to keep taking 4 on the nose. I think Urza in Modern is a really good deck. Actually, that might have been better, yeah. The dough. I maybe should have considered that. Okay. Yeah, I could see that being better. Certainly am dying, though. Maybe they'll flood out. Oh, that's actually not good. That means the... All my creatures are blue. If I tap out for Tez... Alright, so this is where the Chalice, not playing the Chalice last turn, actually punishes me. Because I think I'm going to die this turn. If they draw any human, I'm dead, right? So this is a correct play. I guess I'm not technically dead, it's just not great. I think the problem this game is I drew too many bad cards. Like, this is pretty awful in the matchup. So I'm actually going to block the Thalia before first strike damage, sacrifice that Strix to make a Thopter. I'll go to 10, then I take 7 damage, go to 3, then hope to draw something good. I don't even know what. But that is the current plan. Alright, new plan is to just cycle both of these Strixes, I guess. It's going to be really hard to win from here. And in fact, I believe I'm probably dead most of the time. Badger. Badger's a nice one. I need all my mana sources, but I'm probably dead. I can play exactly one spell and then die. They named Badger. I'll let you look up Badgers on Scryfall. There's a lot of them, actually. Oh yeah, Urza would win the game, but I didn't draw it. Yeah, that is badges. Alright. These can exit immediately. This kills all of the Yes, Urza. The dough. Wait, how much mana did I have? Alright, I don't know how much mana I had. If I had 7, I can play around Palace Jailer. If I didn't, I couldn't. Right, I would need 7 mana to play around the Palace Jailer. Then I'm going to side out one of these chunky Planeswalkers. Probably a Jace is probably worse on average than Tezzeret in this matchup, which is kind of funny. I'm going to leave in Forces even though it looks weird. I think forcing a Vial on one just buys you so much time that I'm going to do it. I think I'm supposed to keep. It's not like the most insane, but it's like a playable hand. If I draw Sword of the Meek, a 4-drop Planeswalker, or something else, it's pretty good for me. I'm not forcing that, obviously. Like, that's just not a good thing to do. Do I play around Wasteland? I guess I can play around double Wasteland, so I should. Kind of hoping they commit more 1-drops so I get to get value out of the explosives. But we'll see what happens. Sucks. I'm not forcing that either. I think I can basically survive right now without casting the force, so I don't want to cast it. I think if I were them, I would probably take Thopter Foundry, but it depends on their hand. Engineer explosives. Interesting. Yes, I am going to Syracuse tomorrow. What do I want to do, actually? So if I play the Tomb, I can filter into blue-black, have a colorless floating, play Strix, play Talisman. If I draw nothing, I can play the Thopter Foundry still. So I guess that's the play. Hope to draw Sword of the Meek, or even Urza would be good next turn. Note, blocking the freebooter is not on the table because they know my last hand's Force of Will, so they get to just pro black for free and I don't really get anywhere. Do kind of hope I draw a gas card next turn though. It might be hard to win if I don't. Like I said, this is a situation where I'm basically not allowed to block. Kind of sucks. No, they don't play Stony Silence. The problem is Stony Silence is hard to cast off Ziggurat. If anything, they could play something like Kataki or Collector Oof makes more sense. Collector Oof actually makes the most sense for them to play, I think. Anyways, do I want to... If I draw a Deluge, I could sweep their board, so I'm going to actually let the... I might turn my Talisman into a Thopter and then start attacking them, or just have some blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have 6 if I sack this. I think it's fine to do this. Sucks. Still gonna need to draw something good. Interesting. So they left up Horizon Canopy. What does that mean? Oh, I guess they didn't want to take a damage from the land. That's what it meant, right? Alright, well. I could have forced it, actually, and maybe I was supposed to... I just blanked on that. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Alright, well... Might be taking a big beating for no reason this turn. Deluge would be a really good draw. Alright, well, that one's not allowed. This is not going great. Right, so I'm going to leave both back just to chump block twice this turn. I think this is the critical turn for me to chump block, because if I wait another turn, they could just Pontiff me, and then I would not be able to do anything. Alright, so I basically have to draw Deluge this turn, otherwise I die. Problem with Bridge is I think I'll eventually lose once they draw a Recruiter for like a second deputy. So I don't particularly want to draw that. I think killing their board is a lot safer than just trying to stall them with Ensnaring Bridge, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just saying that if I'm going to root for lucky top decks, I would rather root for the best one. That was disappointing. Guess that might have been a Jace normally. Didn't even get to check my draw steps. Where's the game? Ah, damn it, it bugged out. Oh, I wanted to just draw a card. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna try 2 more matches. At least. And then, you know, if I can't win more with it, that's fine. I'll have given it a reasonable try. Oh, there's a match. Yeah, I certainly got beat pretty bad right there, Doomwake. Playing at Smurf 2576. Alright, I mean, this is pretty good. This is actually, I think, close to the nuts for this deck. It's obviously not the actual nuts, but it seems pretty close. Red Reanimator? I think I'm going to force it, pitching Thopter Foundry, then play a Chalice for 1. I think the Strix is better to cycle to my Haymakers than Thopter Foundry is right now, but I'd be okay hearing other thoughts, I guess. Yeah, the problem is, I think, even if you assemble a Thopter combo, if it doesn't have Urza, it doesn't even really kill Black-Red Reanimator, right? Like, there's actually a reasonable chance that they cannot get a fatty into their graveyard until, like, they're dead, given this setup. Most people do not play main deck Hellish Norn, though, the Doe. It's pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. So I can transmute a seat into... I don't really want to get Bridge for the same reason again, because I think if they get Gristlebrand into play, I'm not that excited about that. I think I would rather make forward progress on my combo to try to close the door. On the other hand, I could just sandbag this and see what happens, right? The answer is whichever one you have more practice with. Yeah, I think sandbagging it is actually correct. Because I don't know which part I'm missing yet. That's the problem. Because if I draw a Thopter Foundry, I'd rather get... Alright, exactly. This is what happened. Oops. So I can transmute this away and just get the Sword of the Meek. Oh, I was supposed to attack with the Strix. Whoops. Damn it. That was loose. You're right. I should have attacked with the Strix to deal 1 damage first. However, barring that, I should still sack the Strix. No, the seat's better because I can make more Thopters. What? Sack the seat, don't pay mana? Wait. Oh, what the hell? I did not know this. Now I know. Okay. That's adorable. Now I know. I learned something. Thank you, the dough. It's not reshape. You're right. It's also not tinker. Thank you. I said thanks. I will have to sack another artifact to get the engine going, but that's fine, I guess. I guess now I sack Strix. Oh, no! Ah, damn it. I was supposed to... No, that was a misclick. Ah! I'm supposed to have 2 more Thopters. No, 1 more Thopter, I guess. Alright, whatever. I hope I don't die, but... Ashen Rider. Right, well, there's the bridge, I guess. I'm not even going to bother playing the bridge. I would rather just make a bunch of Thopters this turn. They should be at 13. I should have 1 more Thopter, and then I would be making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So I think there was a good chance I could have just killed them, but whatever. No, I don't think I play bridge. I think I should just make 3, 4, 5 Thopters this turn. And just like try to kill them before they actually do something productive. Yeah, they're dead. Alright, sure. So, do I want this in my graveyard? Does it matter if it's in my graveyard or not? No, it doesn't have an Academy. Your mana base is already tight enough as it is that it doesn't have Academy, and so it doesn't matter where this goes, I think. I guess I'll leave it in exile just to spook them into thinking that I have Karn in my deck. Oh, that's cute. I can transmute my sword away for another Thopter Foundry. They block this one, take 6, go to 7. Make 3 more Thopters and they should be dead. Because there's still a Chalice on 1, that's why I think they're dead. Chalice, a really powerful card. Especially in this matchup. I mean, I did force their turn 1 looting. I believe that was correct. Do we beat Aggressive Brand here? No, because you can't sack the Thopters, right? You can't sack tokens to it. Otherwise, it would just be infinite. By itself, you would be able to gain a lot of life unlimited by itself. That's why it says that, I think. In any case, these look good. This is probably good. Baleful Strix seems pretty bad. I'm going to side out the Tezzerets, I think, as well. I think that's it. I disagree that Strix is great. Do I want to do anything else here, though? I mean, these are a lock, these are a lock, these are a lock because they find this. These are a lock. Yeah, I would rather have all my other cards than Baleful Strix, I think. I guess hypothetically you could shave down. I strongly disagree with that. If you're cutting Urza for Strix in this matchup, I think your deck is not built correctly, in my opinion. kind of curious about Liz's opinion on that, but my gut tells me I would rather have the 4-drop. Baleful Strix barely interacts by then. Like, the problem is making a 1/1 Death Touch doesn't line up well versus their primary plan. Gerard would keep. I'm not going to keep. This is an atrocious hand. This is literally 7 mana sources, and it doesn't do anything. So, I'm waiting for the mulligan button to pop up. This is much better. So, let's see. What happens? What do I put on the bottom? It's definitely not Transmute, I think, because I can just go get a Tormod Crypt. And also, my blue count's low. I think it's Signet as well. It's not great. No, so my argument is that I think comboing them with our chance at a combo is better if you elongate the game rather than giving them more time to do their thing, Grateful Head. Like, there's a subsection of games where they just, like, do this stuff, which is just try to discard you to nothing. No reason to play the Mox out, because that would give them information of my entire hand. I'm gonna Chalice for 1 and play Opal and say go. It's a little bit cowardly to do this, but I think the other play of sacrificing my land or Chalice to get a Tormod Crypt is not that great either. Doomwake, thank you for the follow. Alright, I don't understand what happened there, but we'll take it. I guess their hand was going to combo next turn, but it was all 1-drops, is what happened. No, actually I don't understand still. Just I don't understand. $150. Alright. Playing against Glacier 6. Alright. This is Full House. Urza's over Opal's. Underground Sea City kicker. Oh, mulligan. This is a pretty good hand, though. Gonna bottom. Oh, I'm not going to bottom Signet because I think, well, I actually think the answer is Thopter Foundry. As weird as that sounds, but Jace finds you all of the combo pieces. Jace is literally a one-card combo deck. Urza is a much slower card than Jace here, but we'll see what happens. Kind of curious what they're playing. They're playing like some base, probably. I guess it looks like Maverick, which is like the most incomprehensible deck name for Legacy. I guess it's not the most incomprehensible, but it's sort of incomprehensible. Cool, you can do that. I'm still going to stand by my decision. I guess I'll just play Jace and bounce their Dryad Arbor. Although it kind of feels like they have Scrib Ranger in their hand. Chris Picola likes Dead Guy, or, well, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Chris, but I'll just Jace Brainstorm. So I can filter all through colored mana next turn. So I have a relatively good shot of being able to do everything next turn. No one could have seen that Scrib Ranger coming. One, two, three. Yo, Sun Dodger 04, thank you for the follow. Kind of hoping they just like tap out for a night or something. Prelate. Okay. Oh, they named two, huh? I guess I have to use... I guess I should figure out what I want to do combo with my turn before I do anything. So I can no longer cast this. I could... let's see, my top card is a land. Yeah, this is sort of complicated. Look, I have 7 mana. If I play this first, I can have a black floating? I could have 2 black floating. Pounce, Urza, Transmute. Yeah, I don't know if that's good enough, though. I guess it might be. Alright. Thing is, I kind of don't want to draw my top card because I know it's bad. So, I guess this is probably right. I thought about that too. Maybe I should have done that. How do I go infinite? Oh, that's a really good pickup, actually. Yeah, Yahtzee is the correct way of putting that. That was a sick turn. It turned out to be sick. Urza makes a lot of mana. I don't think I care about that. Yeah, I don't care about that. If they kill that, like, who cares? No, the mana is already pushed to hell. Doomwake, I don't think you can do that. I think I just want to lead on Tezzeret and see what happens. I could Chalice on 1, which it probably seems pretty good to me. Seems better than another Baleful Strix, that's for sure. Oops. Have one of those. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much does. The question is, do I want to be aggressive and activate it? I kind of feel like I do. Maybe I don't, actually. Or I could activate it tapping 1, 2, 3. No, because there's timing restrictions on Urza's ability. No, if you activate at their end step and you hit anything that you can only cast at sorcery speed, you're not allowed to cast it. I actually made that mistake. uh, in a moto draft, and then I'm like, wait, why can't I cast my thing? And then I realized, wait, that's how it works. That's like the correct way for it to work. It's okay to, you know, make those mistakes. It's definitely better to learn those mistakes in a moto draft as opposed to like something else. So now they can't plow my Urza, so I feel pretty comfortable where I am now. I get they could Caracas it, but like I don't even give a damn. Like I have so much stuff going on that if they Caracas it, I'll just make another construct. Nah. The thing is, I think I'm in such a dominant state that if I just continue to make this game state happen. Okay, then what? They sure can do that. That's not even that bad for me. Like, the longer that Urza and Tezzeret live, I don't care about their removal. That's not how the game operates, in my opinion. The only thing I have to worry about is accidentally killing myself. I'm gonna use a bunch of my colored mana because I don't feel like taking damage from Ancient Tomb. It's a little bit cowardly. Oh my gosh, do I even want to play that? Oh wow, that's a heck of a statement. Right. I guess it only shuts off my opal, so it's not that bad. Do I want to play another Chalice for one? Puts me to 7. They can attack for, I don't know, reasonable amount. Probably not. I don't think it's worth going to 7 to play another Chalice for one. How do we know our opponent's a him? Yeah, I think this game's about card advantage instead of me dealing them damage. Again, how do we know their gender? I'm gonna gently remind people until they stop doing that. Fortunately, our opponent's attacking Tezzeret every turn. For 3. Get a knight, I guess? What does Knight of the Reliquary do here? I guess I might start waste landing us to Oblivion, but I don't really foresee the game going that way. Okay, well. Dude, table space! Okay, I'm gonna add that real quick. Thank you, Lawrence, though. Oh, I don't... What happened to the Snoopy squee? I'm not sure. I guess that might have bugged out at some point. Weird. I'll check that out next time. I don't know what happened to it. It used to work. Probably when Streamlabs changed, it changed. I can hardcast Force still, so... Well, now I can, I guess. Is it? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it is a well-designed card, in my opinion. Well, actually, maybe it is well-designed. What the hell? That's unusual. Fortunately, everything's a Thopter in disguise. Oh, I should have done that. No, Milk Dud, that is better. That is actually way better. I should have done that. Oh, I should do that still, I think, end step, probably. Yeah, no, that's way better than not doing that, actually. I'm gonna speed up my play. I think I'm playing too slow. Alright, so they're gonna prelate on 2, which means... Oh shoot, I was supposed to force this! Ah, I'm not paying... Okay. No, oh god. Does that answer your question? Oh god. What? MTG bot is drunk. You're not allowed to cast it. Word juice box. No, I don't think making 5/5s does anything still. I have a plan. It's a really obscure plan. Alright. I think I just need to play faster, actually, is the reality, so I'm going to do that. Wish I had forced that. That was a punt. Yo, Table Space, thanks for gifting a sub to Aaron W. Kent. Yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't attack, because they would just block. My plan is to get, like, enough flying creatures so I can Alpha Strike twice through the Script Ranger. I think that's gonna work pretty soon, actually. Nine. Gives me another life. My plan at their end step is to make 2 more Thopters, for what it's worth. Like, I don't think their deck can win from this exact board state. Okay. It's fine. I'm worried about time. That's why I'm playing faster anyways. 4C Delver. I can't remember. You can check the YouTube vids. Yawgmoth1234. What X equals 4 card are they going to get? Alright. Killed them with Thopter Beatdown. Despite making a bunch of really bad plays. Kind of hate Chalice versus them, actually. So I'm going to take it out. I probably want both engineer explosives, right? And take out, like, I don't know. No, I haven't thought about anything really because I took someone's list and I'm just trying it straight up. I think one thing people do too often is just change lists without trying the original list. Generally, there are reasons for why a deck is built, so you should just try that to begin with. And then after enough games or matches, if you notice something's off, then try to change it. I'm not going to have Spyglass in my deck, I think. I think that one's just not good enough. Anyways. Table space, should I open 2 chests after this match? Just let me know. This is actually a pretty good hand versus Maverick. The Deluge and Dismember. I think that makes it good enough for me. Alright, so... Whoa, 3 gifts? Table space! Alright. You know, table space, I feel like I can trust you, friend, so... And we're always in hunt for some good mods. The reason not to play Seat on turn 1 is if they have Collector Oof, but I think that's actually fine if I get oofed. Because if I get oofed, I can always dismember it if I really need to, so... And I'm pretty sure most Maverick decks play that card now because it's just such a high impact card to play. I guess I could also just float mana in response. Alright, I guess I'll float. The reason is you actually have to float with the Zenith on the stack. Otherwise, you get... that I don't really care about, I think. I'm going to play Psy out. If it gets plowed, that's fine. It's pretty good, too. My opponent figured out why I floated mana. Wasteland. So, this Deluge is going to be utterly broken if I survive to that point. And I think I will, so it's going to be fine. That's nice. That's really nice. I mean, I spew a token, but that's fine. I obliterate their board. Yeah. X equals 2. New CMC Black Sweeper meet old CMC Black Sweeper. What's up, Steven? Hope you're having a good one. If it's a knight, I'll just dismember it. That one I don't really care about. Hope to draw some artifacts. That's not ideal. I guess I'll just say go. Kind of disappointing that I don't have a good follow-up here, but I can cash in Seat and Opal for a card if I really need to. I'm gonna leave up that option, and now I'll let them like take a card from my hand. I'm leaving up the option of activating Psi. I think it's worth 2 life to do that. Oh, I have to sack 2 artifacts? Never mind. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe later. Damn it. I really hope I don't lose to Flood. I guess this end step I'll sacrifice Seat and Opal. Actually, maybe I should have just main phased on it. Whoops. I probably should have just main phased it. That sucks. Alright, they have 1 card, so if I draw a Broken Planeswalker, it'll be great. That's like a Broken Planeswalker in a lot of ways, so... Can't really play around Choke, unfortunately. So I won't. Oh yeah, happy September, y'all. Thanks for everyone being here. If Karakas is their answer to my Urza, it's really not going to be good enough. Alright, they're also flooded, so that sucks for them. Damn, normally this would just be such a good time, but... I guess it's still good. Again, I can cash in Seat plus Opal. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Maybe playing around Choke is better. Because now, like, all of my mana is pretty valuable, right? That I don't care about. So I'm just going to activate Urza a bunch of times every turn and hope it's good enough. If they want to trade their Plague Engineer for my construct, I will be very happy with that. What the hell is this? The end for 4. Alright, I guess... Well, they Xanth for 4 last game and didn't get anything great. So maybe... Oh, that's cute. Alright, it certainly has protection from blue. You know what it doesn't have protection from? Constructs. Oops. I'll just let it die. What happens if I attack for 5? So if they draw an equipment, I would potentially die. Alright, guess I won't attack. I'll just offer the trade up. Slightly worried about the clock, but I think I'll be able to finish the game before that happens. The problem is if we go to game 3, then the clock will possibly matter. Alright, no, it's still a trade for me. They can give it trample, I guess. This is like, there's no... Oh, shit. I messed up. What I should do is double block and not take 1. That was an error. I've done that before. I just forgot right now. If you just double block, it's a free double block, essentially. That's pretty good. All right. So now they're forced into attacks. No, I think I'm fine trading away the Sai. I think the Sai is garbage right here, if that makes sense. Alright. Oh no, I couldn't double block. Never mind. I could not actually double block. That's fine. Here, this block is pretty easy for me, I think. Yeah, Tez wins the game. Oh, whoops, I was not supposed to sacrifice an artifact. That was horrible. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Well, it's not actually fine, but it ends up being fine. That was actually horrible, so don't do that. Sort of Luxac, yes. Alright, Hadouken. Alright, Alright, I think I'm going to call it quits for now. I'm getting pretty tired. But I will open a few chests. 3 for table space and 1 for the tonic booth. Thank you all for the resub. I appreciate the support. And I mostly stream for fun, like, frankly. It's not my primary means of employment, but the support does mean a lot to me. GG's. Yeah, I played kind of bad, I think, but my deck carried me. What set is this from? This looks like 5th Dawn, right? Yeah, this is a 5th Dawn card. Ageless Entity. Darksteel, shit. Okay. Alright, that's 1 chest. For table space number 1. Table space number 2. Star of Extinction. Oh yeah, this card's about to rotate. And Tempered Steel. Haven't seen that one for a while. I still have a foil Star of Extinction on my desk. Unfortunately, I don't think it's worth anything anymore. Can someone tell me if a IRL foil Star of Extinction is worth anything? I ruined your 4L. I'm only slightly sorry about that. Alright, another one. Road of Return. I've never seen this card. It's a green sorcery. It has Entwine. Choose one. Return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So it's not quite regrowth. That's Nature Spiral. Put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Well, I opened in a draft, so I don't know. I really have no idea. Alright, last one. The Rack and Enlightened Tutor. This art is kind of like unpleasant to look at, but I guess it is the Rack. Oh wow, this is worth something? What the heck? I do not understand the Magic Online economy anymore. Anyways, I'm going to call it quits for now. My eyes are starting to bleed, and I need to finish packing before I leave tomorrow. So, going to send you all to someone else who's streaming Legacy. Let's go hunting. Alright, I'll send you all to Zan and see.